Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to the Audio Analyst. Hello everyone. When this episode first drops, if my plane didn't crash or I wasn't befallen with some other crisis or unexpected delay, air travel is not what it used to be after all, I'll be revving up for the last full day of the second annual Pacific Audio Fest in Seattle, Washington. It should provide me with some interesting information to share with you over the coming weeks. But last week, after walking you through a fairly thorough tour of my current reference system, detailing the room treatments, and components, I said that I would share some recordings of the same track for you today on both the digital and analog front ends. As a computer engineer with certifications from both Microsoft and Apple, someone who has been in the computing world since and started programming in 1971, and who recently retired from the IT world, I truly wish people had a clearer understanding of what they are really hearing when they listen to any recording posted on a YouTube or any other media platform. But before I share the recordings, I want to reiterate that position, one I have held from the very beginning of this listen to how the system sounds by watching this video craze. What you are hearing in no way accurately represents the sound you experience in the room and of the system being recorded. It simply cannot be accomplished with any level of fidelity. Listening to a recording of a system in my room, from a show, at a retail showroom, in any online recording, and what you are hearing, at best, is severely restricted by the combination of the signature of the recording mic or microphones, then the limitations of each of the following: the media sharing platform's available audio codecs, and by the way, I've shared the link to YouTube's details in today's description, their computers, or worse, their phone's sound card, and their choice of speakers, whether that be a decent set of headphones, or worse, the speakers on their laptop, those connected to their desktop, or God forbid, their tablet or smartphone. Will recordings made using the same recording chain, played back from the same media platform, and using the same playback chain, allow you to detect differences? Most likely. But you are not hearing the system that was recorded. By that, I mean there is virtually zero fidelity to the acoustic envelope generated at the original location. You are hearing a limited facsimile of that performance. Any differences you perceive are still not directly indicative of the actual soundscape created by the system that was recorded. You are actually hearing the limitations imposed by the entire recording and playback chain, period. And to address the recordings made using the same recording chain part of this problem, this can represent a huge hurdle, especially across different channels, as each YouTuber uses their unique gear and often will use different gear across the creation of their recordings. Just to illustrate this point, the Sennheiser shotgun stereo mic I'm using now is conspicuously different from, though considerably more portable and convenient to use, than the pair of large diaphragm pressure gradient condenser microphones in an ORTF near coincidence setup fitting a professional digital audio workstation that I used in E128 my system recorded. That said, I think you'll be able to pick up on some important differences between today's recordings. And today, I'll be sharing one of my absolute favorite demo tracks, Cat People Putting Out Fire. You can check this all out if you go to the Hi-Fi Partners playlists at Qobuz. I have the Audio Analyst playlist there that you can access a lot of the recordings I use for routine playback and demo. But the nuances of Bowie's deep baritone, combined with the power and energy of this track, have made it one of my most enjoyed and effective demo cuts during my after-hours music sessions at audio shows over the years. Back in 1982, director Paul Schrader chose to remake Jacques Tourneur's 1942 B-movie classic, Cat People. The film starred some major talent of the early 1980s, including John Hurd, Malcolm McDowell, Annette O'Toole, Ed Begley Jr., and not insignificantly, Nastasia Kinski. Sorry, that was just the nickname we all had for her back at the time. But Schrader hired Giorgio Moroder, the Italian electro pioneer who is widely hailed as the father of disco synths, drum machines, and effects-driven piano arrangements, to craft a rich, sensuous score for this moody, powerful, and erotic film. Giorgio Moroder wrote the music, then sent it to David Bowie, who Schrader had hired to write the lyrics and perform the film's title track. When David got the music, he replied to Giorgio that he absolutely loved it, and based on the script and the score, he wrote the accompanying lyrics. They all met in Queen's studio in Montreux, Switzerland, where Bowie lived at that time, and Moroder has claimed that this track was recorded in less than an hour, adding that it was one of the easiest, fastest, and greatest recordings ever, with David making only 2 passes to record the lyrics. And that was it. They were done. Musically, Cat People has been described as new wave, though I'm not sure that is an accurate categorization. It fits too many categories. Engineered by David Richards, who worked extensively with Bowie and Queen, and did some work with Deep Purple and John Lee Hooker, the track is powerful, slowly building to its energetic bloom. In keeping with the dark tone of the film, the song has some goth rock influences, with Bowie singing in a deep, rich baritone croon while being backed up by a female chorus. And Bowie's vocal leap when pronouncing the word gasoline, punctuating the clear energy change at just about 2 minutes into this stunning track, has been called a magnificent moment and among the most thrilling moments he ever committed to tape. And while Moroder's music is built around basically just 2 chord changes, including C minor, Bowie's lyrics reflect and foreshadow the film's pretensions extremely well. While the track was re-recorded for Bowie's 1983 Let's Dance LP, which introduced most of us to and featured the virtuosic guitar work of Stevie Ray Vaughan, the original version, which I find to be much more interesting and exciting, is available on the original 1982 Cat People film soundtrack, on David Leitch's Atomic Blonde film soundtrack, and David Bowie's collection release, A New Career in a New Town, 1977 to 1982, both released in 2017, and as various 7 and 12-inch LP single releases. Here is the first recording, roughly the first 4 minutes of the track, on the digital system streaming the cut from the 16-bit 44.1 kHz version of the Atomic Blonde soundtrack on Qobuz.
It's just the fear of losing you. Don't you know my name? Well, you've been so long, and I've been putting out fire with gasoline. See these eyes so red, red like jungle burning bright. Those who feel me near pull the blinds and change their mind. It's been so long. Still this pulsing night, a plague echo, a heartbeat. Just be still with me. You wouldn't believe what I've been through. You've been so long. Well, it's been so long. And I've been putting out the fire with gasoline. Putting out the fire with gasoline. See these tears so blue, an ageless heart that can never mend. These tears can never dry. Judgment made can never bend. See these eyes so green, I can stare for 1,000 years. Just be still with me. To wouldn't believe what I've been through. It's been so long. Well, it's been so long. And I've been putting out the fire with gasoline. Putting out fire with gasoline.
Now, here is roughly the first 4 minutes of the original 1982 UK pressed 12-inch 45 RPM single.
See these eyes so green, I can stare for 1,000 years. Colder than the moon. It's been so long. Feel my blood enraged. It's just the fear of losing you. Don't you know my name? Well, you've been so long. And I've been putting out fire with gasoline. See these eyes so red, red like jungle burning bright. Those who feel me near An ageless heart that can never mend, his tears can never dry. A judgment made can never bend. See these eyes so green, I can stare for 1,000 years. Just be still with me, so wouldn't believe what I've been through. It's been so long, well it's been so long, and I've been putting out the fire with gasoline, putting out the fire with gasoline.
Well, there you have it. I'll be looking forward to your take on the differences and the overall sense of how well the system was captured by my current mic setup. Thank you for dropping in today. Information on supporting the channel may be found in today's description section or at my website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.